everyone. We're going to go ahead and do our cursive lesson number 2. I forgot to dot my I. All right, so lesson number 2 is more of our drills. Before we can actually get into letter writing, we need to get the flow, okay? We need to feel the flow where we're moving that pencil just with our fingertips, okay? You really, yep, the flow. So before in our lesson, we were doing what I like to call the up drills, all right? So we were doing stuff like this, up, 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 practicing, all right, that they were turning out, and if I straighten my paper the right way, slightly slanted, all right? So if this is the way I start my paper, when I'm writing cursive, I actually tilt it a little bit to the left. Now, if you're left-handed, you'll tilt it a little bit to the right. All right? So I'm right-handed, so I'm going to tilt it to the left. So our next set of drills, okay, are going to be all right. Trying to think which drills I want to do. All right, so our next drill is going to be loops, all right? And we'll use these loops, all right? So basically these are either a set of I's or a set of U's, see? But now we're going to do loops, so almost like L's. But again, we're getting that motion, all right? So our L's are going to start on the bottom of the line, okay? When they swing up, they're going to be nice and tall, and they're going to hit this top of the line. Try not to go above this line, okay? So if you notice on these, I only went up about halfway. So we have to work on that, okay? We use our lines, okay, to tell us how far up we go. So our lower letters, when we start getting to them, they're only going up halfway, okay? They're not touching the top line. Our letters that are tall, okay, will touch the top line. So if we were doing a T, it would touch the top line. If we were doing an I, which is kind of what a bunch of these are, halfway, okay? Same thing. These can also be a letter U. That's a lowercase u. So if you notice, halfway up, okay? That's key. You have to start knowing where to stop halfway, okay? And then where to go all the way to the top. We don't pass this line. Our letters for cursive are going to be in between two lines, okay? So let's start with our loops, all right? So we're going to do 2 sets of loops. We're going to do halfway loops where we only go halfway up, all right? We start here on the line. With cursive, you always start with a right there on the line. So we're going to do, I'm going to do it nice and slow. It curves around and back down. I did not go below the line. I'm going to do another one. Up and around. Up and around. Okay? Once you get that motion of up, halfway, and around where you don't go below the line, then you can start linking them together. And notice I'm kind of, I don't know if you can see my hand scooch, so I scooch it sometimes when I got to go further down the paper. Kind of stop the motion and scooch. Continue the motion. All right. Your hand is going to hurt. I'm going to tell you that. You'll be like, this is no fun. I want to stop. My hand hurts. No, we're just using a different muscle in our hands, okay, and our fingers. So even though I write in cursive every day, kind of in this area with these two fingers and over here, starts to kind of be like, ooh, I got to do this a little bit, right? All right, now, along with the lowercase loops, we're going to do an uppercase loop. Not really an uppercase, it's a big one, which means it goes from this to this. All right, loop, it kind of bumps its head and then back down. That's what I kind of like to feel. It bumps its head on the ceiling and back down. So we swing up, bump, down. Now, if I straighten out my paper, because remember, it's crooked. Okay, that's kind of my guideline. That goes straight across, so you can tell that it's crooked. I straighten it out, and I go back to look at my work. You can see the slant. It's not a huge slant, but it's a slight slant. All right? So let me do some more. Notice, before I even started writing, I automatically turned my paper towards the left if I'm right-handed, towards the right if you're left-handed. All right, here we go. Gonna do some more of these tall loops. And notice how slow I'm going. I'm not rushing. The last thing we want to do is rush through cursive because then people can't read it, okay? So I've got some pretty good ones there. When I start to see I've got some pretty good ones that are individual. And look how wide my loop is, okay? Kind of a narrow loop. I definitely do not want that. No. So once you swing up, okay, look at that beautiful swing up. It touches and you immediately bring it back down, okay? That one wasn't too good. All right, but the point is, if you swing up, don't go like down and down and down all the way over here before you come back down, okay? It's not going to work. Notice how I ended up going below the line because I brought it over so far. I didn't have enough room to turn and quickly move it. All right. So now I'm going to do some that are connected. All right, here we go. And loop, loop, loop. I can get about 3 before I need to stop and shift my hand down the paper a little bit more. So I can do another set of 3. Loop, loop, loop. Loop, loop, loop. Loop, loop, loop. All right. See, I'm starting to get the motion because I can go a little faster. When you get that motion, you will notice that your speed automatically picks up. Now, if you think you've got that down and you want to challenge yourself, do a tall, short, tall, short. Let's try that. And I'm going to start out slow because I have to think about how I'm doing this, okay? So here we go. Tall, short, tall, short, tall, short. And when I end, okay, with it curled up. It goes about a quarter of the way up. Okay, so if you notice when you end, kind of end on that upswing. All right, end on the upswing. Okay, so keep practicing these drills. Okay, so the other day we had this. Guess what? Throw in some tall ones all the way up to the top of the line. So when you go up, All right? Trace it back down and separate. All right? Up, trace back down and separate. Okay? Up. You're going to come back down on that same line and then separate. And then it'll kind of flow together. The more you practice these movements, the nicer your handwriting's going to be. People will be able to read it, which is always a bonus. I'm going halfway up here. And you will actually get comments. It's so nice when someone comments on your handwriting. It really is. You might not think it is, but when someone says, wow, you have got beautiful handwriting, kind of makes you feel better. So these are the things that you're going to practice, all right? Your tall upswings, all right? Halfway upswings. Tall loops. And your halfway up loops. All right. Then you're going to check your work. Straighten out your paper. Do I have a little bit of a slant? Yes. Are my tall loops in between, touching the top line, touching the bottom line, but not going past it? Yeah. Are my halfway loops halfway up and touching the bottom line? Yeah. Same thing with my little up downs, halfway up, as well as all the way up. Okay, and then it traces back down, all right? This, I'm going to show you what we are not looking for our straight ups. That is not a straight up, my friends. Okay? No. You want to go up, trace right back down to about the halfway point, and then pull it apart. All right? Swing up, follow it right back down to about the halfway, pull apart, up, trace it to about halfway, pull apart. And then your fingers just automatically know, okay? But we don't want all this space in between here, okay? So when you go back to check your work, you don't want that space, okay? That little bit of space is okay, but not like that. No, too much space, okay? Bleh. All right, my friends. So that is your cursive lesson number 2. All right. So keep practicing those drills, just like soccer drills, just like dance drills. Okay. If you're a cake decorator, I used to be a cake decorator. My teacher had me doing all these drills just to get the motion of when I would work with icing. Okay. Almost like cursive. All right. So in everything that you kind of learn how to do, you have your basic drills. Basketball, even those professional basketball, soccer players, gymnasts, they warm up with the drills. They know those basic drills because they know if they have these drills mastered, everything comes from this, okay? So all the letters that we're going to be learning start out as something like this, all right? All right, my friends, have an awesome day.